Okay, hello guys. Right, so for today, actually firstly I apologize because the other day my phone ran out of battery cikgu habis lah, okay. So that's why I will do another class, okay. But then it's just the continuation of what we had last Wednesday, okay. Last Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, our class stops at page number 52. Okay, from your book, if you look at your book, okay, so I'm going to upload this video later on. So page 52, question number 6. Hari itu cikgu ingat cikgu ada buat beberapa, I have done a bit, okay, I'm not sure whether it's recorded until the end or not, okay. Tapi kita akan buat sekali lagi ya, we will do it another time, right. So for question number 6, okay, cuba tengok question number 6, page 52. Okay, so question number 6. Question number 6 is actually a bit more complicated because you have to actually recall what you have learned in your form 3, okay, on your speed and your distance and your time, okay. So sekarang soalan cakap a lorry travels at an average speed of u km per hour. Okay, so sekarang kamu ada firstly is a u km per hour speed kamu. Let's say you have your speed ataupun kamu punya laju. So I'm going to use BM terms instead. So over here laju sama dengan u. Okay, so laju kamu sama dengan u. And then for the first 90 km, maksudnya jarak kamu untuk yang first one, jarak itu sama dengan 90. Okay, so the first journey, your speed is u and also your distance is 90, alright? And also the next distance, the next journey, so from this point up to this point, the next journey is actually given your laju sama dengan v and also your jarak sama dengan 60 km, okay? So the question says the total time taken for your journey is 2.7 hours. So maksudnya total time ataupun jumlah masa is equals to 2.7 hours, right? So what are the equations that you can make by just looking at this few examples, just looking at this few information, right? Firstly, soalan A, dia cakap show that 200u plus 300v is equals to 9uv. So let us look at this one. First question, show ataupun tunjukkan. Show that 200u and then plus 300v is equals to 9uv. Okay, 9uv. Basically, in AddMath, in addition mathematics, you will see this word very frequently. Okay, you akan jumpa benda ni macam biasa lah pastinya. Show means that you have to prove. You have to prove that at the end of the day, you get this one, this equation. Okay, ini jawapan kamu, this is your answer. But then, how are you going to prove? You have to actually use all the information that is given from the question. So you can dapat 200u tambah dengan 300v sama dengan 9uv. Okay, so are you ready? So let us try this out. First of all, kalau kamu nampak ada laju, ada jarak, so dia mesti ada masa. So ini adalah 3 sekawan. You have these 3 friends, so maksudnya L, J, and M. Masa kamu mesti cari. And then over here the same thing, masa kamu mesti cari. How am I going to find your masa? You know that in English, speed is actually equals to distance over time. Ataupun laju sama dengan jarak bahagi dengan masa. Okay, laju sama dengan jarak bahagi masa. So in this case, kalau kita nak cari masa, masa adalah sama dengan jarak bahagi dengan laju. Okay, jarak bagi laju. So what happens is that my jarak over here is 90, my laju is u. So over here the first one, the masa is 90 over u. Second one is jarak bahagi laju is 60 over v. Okay, and then one more very important information. Total time is given 2.7 hours. So maksudnya the first time 90 over u plus 60 over v is equivalent to 2.7. Okay, so that's your equation. And then what you need to do is that you have to try your best. You kena cuba supaya untuk dapatkan bentuk ini seperti yang diberi dalam soalan. Okay, seperti yang diberi dalam soalan. So how am I going to do this? First of all, question on top tidak ada titik perpuluhan kan? You don't have any decimal number. So how do I get rid of this decimal number? What I do is that everything I multiply by 10. Okay, so I multiply by 10 everything. So what should I get over here? This one is 900. So over here 900 over u and then plus 600 over v is equals to 27. Alright with that? Okay, now we have get rid of your decimal number. Okay, decimal point is gone. So sekarang apa nak buat? I have to try and simplify this particular thing. 900v, 900v, and then plus 600u, and then everything divided by u. V is equals to 27. Okay, 27 only, right? Then you will continue with your uv, pindahkan ke sebelah kanan. So over here, kamu akan dapat 900v plus 600u is equals to 27. 27 UV. But then if you notice, ada bentuk-bentuk dia kan, U, V and UV dah keluar kan. So over here, there's still one more thing that you have to think. Macam mana kita nak dapatkan benda ni sebiji macam yang di atas. So now, the easiest way will be 27, this is 9. So maksudnya 27 you can divide by 3. You can divide by 3. Divide by 3. 27 divided by 3 you get 9. This one divided by 3 you get 300. This one divided by 3 you get 200. Correct? So 200U. Tulis balik. 200U plus 300V. And then equals to 9UV. Wah! Dapatlah kamu tunjukkan. So that is your shown, right? Is that good? So this is question 8. A lot of students have problem with this because mungkin you tak tahu mana nak mula. How do you start, right? So if you look at this question, always remember this is the final answer, and then how to get the final answer is depending on what other information is given to you, right? So itu adalah yang pertama. Next, question B. It is given that the average speed of the first part of the journey is more than the average speed of the second part of the journey by 10 km. Okay, so find the value of U and V. So this one you have to actually try and recall apa maksud the sentence. Okay, what does the sentence means to you? Given that the average speed of the first part of the journey is more than. So maksudnya the first part of the journey, the speed is U. Okay, U is 10 km per hour more than V. So maksudnya V itu tambah dengan 10. So this one is one equation, right? You get this equation and you have this equation as well. So these two equations, equation number 1, equation number 2, try and solve it simultaneously. Okay? So kita akan cuba buat ni simultaneously. Then, pada kali ini, I just drop this off. We will try and do it simultaneously. Then let us see what is your value of U and what about your value of V, right? V. So in this case, U is V plus 10, substitute dekat sini. Okay? U is V plus 10, substitute. So what do you get over here? 200 U untuk tukar jadi V plus 10. Okay? And then plus 300 V and then equals to 9. UV means that you have to substitute your U to becomes V plus 10. Okay, so far so good, right? So substitute the first equation to the second equation. So now what you get is that you try and expand. Okay, just expand. 200V plus 2000, okay, plus 300V, that equals to 9V squared, and then plus 9TV, okay? Alright? And then what you need to do is that you just try and rearrange to become your quadratic equation. So now you have 9V squared plus 9TV. This one I move it at the back. So over here 200V plus 300V is 500V. 500V pindah jadi minus 500V. And then later on minus 2000 equals to 0. Okay, so 90V minus 500V, we just calculate, you got 410V. So 9V squared minus 410V, and then minus 2000 equals to 0. So dapat tahap ni, just press calculator EQN, and then you should be able to get. Okay, so we get your V is equals to the first one is negative 40 over 9, and then your V is equals to 50. Right. Now, once you got this answer, right? Okay, you have to actually write it back in your bracket. Now this one is as usual. Okay, as usual, equals to 0. Write it back in the bracket. So 9V plus 40. This is V minus 50. Okay, you have to try and decide which one is the correct one. Adakah kamu nak ambil jawapan V ke negatif? So try to think. This is actually talking about your speed. Laju kamu tak ada negatif, unless it is velocity. So in this case, it's different. This is speed. Speed, you only have nilai positif. So maksudnya you akan ambil V is equals to 50. Okay? So dapat V equals to 50, I'm sure you can find the value of U. So U is actually equals to 60. So just masukkan V is 50, 50 plus 10, you get 60. So that's how you answer question number 6, right? Okay, basically, if you have done question number 6, then that's the end of this chapter. This chapter 2, this chapter 3, it is done, right? So you also miss out a bit on chapter 4. Okay, just a bit, right? Just a bit on chapter 4. We are doing indices only. Okay, indices, search and logarithm. But then search and logarithm we leave it for next week. Kita cuma buat indices saja. And then for information, next Wednesday is 22nd of July. Cikgu tak ada kelas because there is a public holiday. Okay, so 22nd of July tak ada kelas. We will finish off indices only. Okay, so for now we'll finish off indices only. Okay, so if you are done, if you want to have some more time to copy down, you just screenshot this one. Okay, I'll just write it off. Okay, now last week's class, when we talk about indices, basically you have to actually recall what you have learned in your Form 3, Form 2 and Form 1 on index. So the first thing first is that you have to try and recall What does index mean? Okay, so index. Normally, when you write index, people call it as the power of, okay, power of. Sometimes you see a to the power of 2. Okay, what does a to the power of 2? This is one example of index. A to the power of 2, it means that a times a. So itu adalah punya index. So this is the most easiest index that you have learned, right? Next, when you know a squared is a times a, if you know a cubed, a to the power of 3 is a times a times a. So basically it means that what is the number here? It multiplies itself the number of times, right? So example, if I have a to the power of n, so I'm going to have a times a times a. I don't know how many times, right? But then over here, it means it's n times. Is that good so far? Right? Now, just going to try and introduce to you to some of your terms that you have learned. This particular a here, okay, there's a name for it. Okay, the name is called base. This is called base. And then this particular n here is actually called index. Alright, so these are the names that you might want to know first, because after this, if I say base, so you have to know that base is over here. Okay, if I say what's the index, then you have to tell me the index is the small number on top, right? So over here, this is the first example. If I give you a to the power of -2, if I have a negative index, so now it's a -2, right? Negative index. This one simply means 1 over a square. Okay, itu maksudnya. So it's actually a reverse ataupun an inverse. Okay, so a to the power of -2. What if I give you a to the power of 1 over 2? Okay, if you have a to the power of 1 over 2, this particular thing is simply converts to become square root. Okay, square root of a. Similarly, if I have a to the power 1 over 3, it's actually a cube root of a. Okay, and then if I add a bit more, lebih susah sedikit, a to the power 2 over 3. 2 over 3, what does it mean? A to the power 2 over 3 means that it's a cube root of a, and then you have a square on top, right? Kenapa ada square? If you look properly, this one is 1 over 2, maksudnya this is a square root. And then this one, what happened to that one? Basically that one is over there, okay? Tapi kita tak tuliskan because we understood. That's why we don't write 1, okay? Same thing goes here. 1 over 3 means it's a cube root, tapi apa yang berada dekat 1 itu supposedly dia dekat sini. But then again, we don't write 1 over there because it's understood. But then, kalau kamu diberi 2 over 3, takkan tak tulis 2 tu because that 2 means something. Okay, it represents something. So that's why you have that particular square, right? So that's for your fraction punya index. Now, what if I have a to the power of 0? A to the power of 0 is always equals to 1. Okay, any number to the power of 0, you must know is equals to 1. Okay. What else have we learned last week? Okay, we have learned something like this. The rules that you have seen in your index or your indices, a to the power of m times a to the power of n, this is equivalent to a to the power of m plus n. A to the power of m divided by a to the power of n is actually a to the power of m minus n. Okay, so I'm just doing some revision from what you have learned in your lower form. If I have a to the power of m and then outside you have an n, so what happened with the numbers? So you have to multiply m times n. Okay. If I have a over b and then I have to the power of m dekat luar, so this power of m milik siapa? It belongs to who? It belongs to a and also b. So it means that you have a to the power of m divided by divided by b to the power of m. Alright? Similarly, if I have a multiplied by b, there's an m outside, so this one will give you a to the power of m times b to the power of m. Okay, right? So I think basically these are all the things that we have learned last week. But then this is not something new to you, right? I guess this one you have learned it. I'm not sure 2-3 years ago. Okay, so from 1, from 2, from 3. Okay, somehow you have seen it before, right? The things that you have not seen, probably later on you will see something like this: a to the power of log base ab. Okay, what's the answer, right? Even this one I did not discuss with the class last Wednesday. Okay, but if you want to know what is this answer, is actually equals to b. Okay, maybe this is something that you have not seen before. Alright, done with this. If you want to copy down, if you want to jot it down anywhere, you can just screenshot it out. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, screenshot. So now let us try out one of the questions in your page 54. Okay, 54. I will rub this off. Kita tengok page 54. Okay, so now page 54, you have something like this, right? Exercise number 1, I think that's quite simple. So let's look at page 54. Exercise 1, question number 1, right? What you have over here is that you have 2 to the power of, 2 times 3 to the power of n, and then plus 3 to the power of n, okay? Question is asking you to express the following in the form of ma to the power of n, where a is a prime number, okay? It doesn't matter. Just actually, question is asking you to simplify, that's it, right? Now, how are you going to simplify this particular thing? So you're going to simplify this particular thing, okay? Listen very carefully. Since you have 3 power of n over here and you have 3 power of n over here, right? So normally what you have is that when you have something which is the same, we try to factorize. If you still understand what is factorize, faktorkan. Kita faktorkan yang benda yang sama. So 3 kuasa n kita letak di luar. Buka kurungan, apa tinggal dekat sini? 2 plus 4. Okay? So your answer is 6 times 3 to the power of n. So this is the first question. Alright, so question number 1, your answer is 6 3 to the power of n. That's it. Okay? Next question number 2, I think is about the same thing, but then just a slight difference. So soalan number 1, 2 to the power of n plus 2 to the power of n plus 2. Okay? So what happened now is that I don't see the bracket, correct? I do not see the bracket. So what happened? You have to try and do it your own. Okay? Kalau perlu tulis, kalau perlu pecahkan. So over here, 2 to the power of n plus 2. What does it mean? Because you have a plus sign at your index, you can actually separate them into 2 and becomes multiplied. So therefore, this is what happened. 2 to the power of n times 2 to the power of 2. Okay, 2 to the power of n times 2 to the power of 2. Try to recall the laws that we have done just now. So kalau multiply, yang ini akan gabung jadi plus. Kalau you pecahkan, dia akan jadi multiply. Okay, make sure you understand this part first, right? Next, if you want to have something the same as what you have in front here, okay, in the bracket, so probably I might do this. Just do this up, okay? So over here, what's the number in front? Is 1, kan? How are you going to simplify? Factorize. 2 to the power of n keluarkan 1 tambah 2 kuasa 2 dapat 4. So 5 times 2 to the power of n. So that's your answer already. Okay, so question 2. That's it. Okay. Question 3. So let us try out everything. Question 3 and question 4. Alright, so you have 3 to the power of n plus 3 minus 3 to the power of n plus 2 minus 3 to the power of n plus 1, right? So this one again you can actually separate them out. Okay, you boleh pecahkan dia. So bila pecahkan dia, 3 to the power of n, 3 to the power of n times 3 to the power of 3. Nah, sekarang ini minus ikut sama lah minus. This one is 3 to the power of n times 3 to the power of 2. Okay, and then minus again 3 to the power of n times 3 to the power of 1, right? So that's what happens when you split them up, right? So now try to see, is there anything similar that you can factorize? Ada benda yang sama tidak? Ada 3 to the power of n, 3 to the power of n, and 3 to the power of n, right? So all those 3 to the power of n they are the same. You take them out and you write one time. Okay? So 3 kuasa n, buka kurungan. Apa tinggal sini? 3 to the power of 3 is 27 minus 3 to the power of 2 is 9 and then minus 3. Okay, so you should get the answer which is 15. 15 times 3 to the power of n. Right, so that's it. Itu saja, okay? So finish with question 3. Let us quickly look at question number 4. Okay, question number 4. Okay, question number 4, you have 5 of n plus 1 minus 5 of n minus 5 of n minus 1, right? For those who want to try it out yourself, okay? Let's say you want to try it out yourself after the 3 questions. You try it out yourself, pause this video for a while. And then later on, you nak check jawapan, you replay the video. Okay, you play the video and you nampak jawapan there, right? So over here, you have 5 of n plus 1. Okay, pause it first if you want to try it out. 5 to the power of n plus 1 minus 5 of n minus 5 of n minus 1. So in this case, split it about 5 of n times 5 of 1 minus 5 of n minus this one. Please be sure. You have minus sign means that is it multiply or is it divide? Kalau minus maksudnya divide. So divide 5 power of 1, right? So that's what happened. Okay, maybe a lot of students got this wrong. I'm not sure. Okay, but then please be careful when you look into indexes, right? Always follow the rules. So now what you have in common? So 5 power of n, 5 to the power of n, and 5 to the power of n. Okay, they are in common. Kalau they are common, kamu keluarkan dia. 5 power of n factorize. Open bracket. 5 power of 1 is 5 minus what happened after you have taken this out? You left 1. Okay, so 5 minus 1 and then minus 1 over 5. Okay, so just press calculator and then if I'm not mistaken, you should get the answer 19 over 5 to the power 5 of n. Okay, so 19 over 5. Right, you can write your answer this way. You can write your answer is 3.8 pun boleh. Okay, you can write your answer as 3, 4, 5 pun boleh. Okay, it's up to you. No actually specific answer. Okay, because everything is the same. Okay, so when this is an improper fraction, you can write mixed number, you can write this number. It's actually up to you, right? Okay, so we finished with exercise number 1. Hopefully this is okay with you guys. Let's look at exercise number 2. Basically last Wednesday, they finished off at exercise number 2. They have this exercise number 2, yeah? So let us look at exercise number 2. Exercise number 2 is a bit more challenging, okay? Because you akan nampak ada perkataan proving. You see a proving there? Proof. Okay, so kita tengok soalan nombor 2. Exercise number 2. Okay, the first part says that proof.